the afternoon. High temperature up to 82 degrees. Then we round out the weekend with a high of 83 on Sunday ahead of that cold front. Rain chances peak early Monday, about a 40% chance as those showers push through. So Sunday, spotty showers. Then Monday, here comes the cold front. Doesn't look like much, pushing in pre-dawn and then pushing out, bringing cooler temperatures. Coolest of the week coming Tuesday, but again, we got to worry about next Saturday as well. All right, the weekend is here. It's going to be warm and humid, but I am tracking two cold fronts. The first one coming in late Sunday night into early Monday morning. The second, even stronger one, waiting in the wings early Friday. So here's how it all plays out. If you've got weekend plans, mainly dry, can't rule out some spotty showers or maybe a little bit of drizzle, but the big thing each afternoon, sun breaks develop and highs soar into the 80s. Then the cold front comes through right now, looking like most areas probably a 1/10 of an inch or less of rain. If you're lucky, maybe a 1/4 of an inch. We do need it with the drought conditions, especially in the hill country. That stronger front, though, it means business. What are we talking about? Okay. Colder than average temperatures expected for pretty much the entire United States with the exception of Florida. The front reaches central Texas early Friday, March 11th. Saturday, March 12th, a freeze is possible across much of central Texas. How unusual is this? Our average last freeze for Camp Mabry is February 15th, the latest ever April 9th. So no, it won't be unprecedented if we get there, but I would say as much as you're going to be tempted this warm weekend to go out and start your spring planting, please hold off for at least another week. Hello, how's it going, you guys? It's Chicago Windler. This is Chicks Chats on a Friday night. We got the Skippy. I don't know where Ewok is, but we definitely have the Skippy in the house. Hope you guys are doing well on this Friday night, looking ahead to a warm and muggy upcoming weekend. Big changes though. I've got two cold fronts I'm tracking. One of them is going to move through pre-dawn on Monday with a couple of showers, maybe a stray storm. The second one is going to come through early on Friday, and that Friday front looks pretty potent at this point. Hi Ewok, how you doing? You want to come up here? 1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness, what a big boy you are. All right, so we got both boys in the house now. We got the Skipster, and oh, thank you for the kisses. I appreciate that. I get doggy kisses from both of them. By the way, once again, yesterday was the wrap up of Amplify Austin, and the Central Texas SPCA was able to meet their goal and then some. So thank you to everyone who helped contribute, and was a good event for charities across Central Texas. Laura, what's going on? You say another freeze. Yeah, potentially March 12th, 1 week from tomorrow morning, there could be a freeze. Several computer models are hinting at possibly a widespread freeze. So for now, I'm kind of on the fence thinking 32, 33 for Austin. But if Austin is that cold, then usually outlying areas are that much colder. I'm going to shift my camera. It's a little bit off kilter. See, I think that may be a little bit better. I should have set it up beforehand. Mac, hello to you. Jesse, what's going on? You say getting cold again, but that's why you got to enjoy this warm weekend, right? Charles, hello. Don says, like, you really like the puppies. We do too. They're so awesome. All right, so let's talk about the forecast, shall we? And I'm going to make this one short and sweet only because it is Friday night after all. And I said to my husband, I'm like, will you please stay up? Because a lot of times he goes to sleep while I'm doing the chat. I was like, will you please stay up? And like 5 minutes ago, he said, honey, I think I'm going to go to bed. I was like, no, stay up. I'll be quick with the chat. So I'm going to do the chat quickly. All right, so 82 degrees for your Saturday, 83 degrees for Sunday. And that's despite a lot of cloud cover. For instance, we hit 79 degrees today. And we had clouds for most of the day. It wasn't until late evening, early, right before sunset, that we started to see the skies clear. So we still managed upper 70s. And I think that both on the lows in the morning in the 60s and the highs in the afternoon, we will be peaking this upcoming weekend. Can't rule out some patchy drizzle or a little bit of mist in the mornings, but overall not looking like much rain until the cold front pushes through. And it's going to be pushing through right now, looking like maybe between 3 and 6 a.m. on Monday morning. All right, behind the first front, we're going to drop into the 60s for highs on Monday, and the 50s as a reinforcing shock comes through on Tuesday. Then we warm right back up Wednesday and Thursday before the next cold front pushes through. And this cold front, the one that comes through late Thursday night into early Friday, we could see temperatures fall all the way to 40 degrees by sunrise Friday. Highs, right now I'm saying 59. It wouldn't surprise me if that's even too high. And then from 59, we could plummet all the way down to freezing by Saturday the 12th in the morning. And I know this is the time of year where my thumb is black, but if it were green, this is the time of year where a lot of people are like getting excited about planting and all that kind of stuff. With spring upon us, hold off for a week just to be on the safe side. Rod. Hey, how you doing? By the way, Rod, thank you so much. I don't know if you guys saw, I posted on Facebook earlier Rod's picture of bluebonnets. They're not blooming yet. They're not flowering yet, but they're definitely starting to green up and come to life. So Rod, thank you so much for that photo. Temperatures right now sitting at 66 in Austin, it's 63 at the airport, 65 in Mason. And here we are nearly at midnight. It's so mild. As I mentioned earlier, high temperatures, warm, 79 degrees at both Camp Mabry as well as at the airport. I don't know if you can hear that noise. Did you hear that? The shaker sound? I think some margaritas might be being made as we speak, which is a good sign. That means my husband's staying awake. I basically did the, honey, I promise I'll be fast. So I have to be fast. Okay, so we still had cedar in the high range at 201. Elm is 41 in the moderate range and mold in the low range. So basically a full house of allergies. If you're allergic to something, we've got winter allergies intersecting with spring allergies, and then mold is kind of all year round. So we got it all. As I mentioned, then we've got the two cold fronts that we're going to be tracking. In terms of rainfall, most areas probably going to be hard pressed to get much more than 1/10 of an inch of rain. I'm going to show you a couple of comparisons though in just a moment. And in terms of the timing, first cold front pre-dawn on Monday, second cold front pre-dawn on Friday, and temperatures kind of up and down with both of those. So here's a look. This is from the Climate Prediction Center, and they'll issue these outlooks for 6 to 10 days, which just so happens to be March 10th through 14th, coinciding with next weekend. And as you can see, pretty much the entire country is going to be unseasonably cold, and not just kind of sort of cold, instead like significantly cold. So much so that record cold temperatures could be set in some locations, probably most likely in the areas here that I've crossed the X in. However, even though we're probably not going to see record territory in Austin, there's going to be significant cold air. So just to kind of put this in perspective, the cold front arrives Friday morning before you wake up. The coldest air dives in Saturday morning, which is when we could see that possible freeze. Just for your reference, for Austin, the average last freeze, if you take into account the last 30 years, February 15th. Well, obviously we're already beyond that date. So yes, if this happens, it would be abnormal, but not unprecedented. As you can see, the record latest freeze, April 9th. I was kind of curious. I decided to check and see like the top 10 latest freezes. When were they? We wouldn't even break the top 10 if we see a freeze on March 12th. So not unheard of. Just, I think a lot of us are kind of done with winter. I mean, last week's ice storm was enough, right? So outside right now, the UT Tower is orange. They launched a new campaign. I can't remember exactly what it's called. We talked about it on the newscast earlier, but they launched a new campaign, and so the tower is orange in honor of that new kickoff fundraising campaign. As mentioned, 66 degrees your temperature. We do have patchy clouds outside, and temperatures area-wide are in the 60s. We still have that southeasterly wind moving through here. Hanson, what's up? Thanks for checking in. Yeah, Rod, I can't wait to see those first blooms of the bluebonnets. I'm going to be looking in my usual spots too. I have a feeling that this green up is going to take a little while, especially if we have this cold snap coming through. Bob just got home from San Marcos. No cereal tonight. Good to know. Hanson said it felt amazing tonight. Really mild, I agree. So it's been an interesting week, hasn't it? Super quiet. If we go back to earlier this week, high pressure was right overhead, and that's why we were having those really cool mornings, but then pleasant afternoons. That high has just drifted slowly but surely each day, and now it's over Florida. And so we're basically seeing a bit of a better fetch of Gulf moisture coming in, which is why it's so muggy and humid outside. So next up is going to be our next weather maker, which is a Pacific cold front, the one that's going to be pushing through pre-dawn on Monday. So it's this big area of low pressure that's spinning out here off the coast of California, and it's going to move in here by the time we reach early Monday. Now, the front that's coming through Friday is not a Pacific front. It's going to come through from the north and plow in and bring much colder temperatures as a result. Dew point temps continue to edge up. Look at this. It's in the 60s along the coastline. Dew points in the 50s here in Austin. And that basically puts us squarely in the muggy range. And that muggy meter is going to continue to progress upward through the weekend. Right now, I think we'll see the peak coming in on Sunday. Dew point's probably going to be in the 64, 65, 66 degree range, more like what it feels like down in Houston and Galveston right now. So by early March standards, air you can wear? Absolutely air you can wear. Cold front pushes through early on Monday. For us, I don't expect anything strong or severe. However, northeast Texas, Arkansas, southeast Oklahoma could see some stronger storms. I'll show you that in just a moment. Future clouds and radar. Right now, looking like we're going to continue to see quiet conditions through the overnight. We may see some patchy drizzle and or mist to start off your day. Just a cloudy day, unlike this morning where I was thinking that we would see a little bit of fog. Because the winds stay up overnight, we're probably not going to see fog development, just the cloudy skies and the murkiness. Hans says no more cold. 70s already by lunchtime. I'm forecasting an afternoon high of 82 degrees. There is a small chance that there could be some very light spotty showers that try to develop mainly east of I-35 in the afternoon. So in the morning, maybe some patchy drizzle. In the afternoon, east of I-35 can't rule out a rogue shower. Also worth noting, there will be what's called the dry line. That's the dividing line between dry air to the west and the warm, humid air to the east. That dry line may meander close to us, so you're going to notice that late afternoon and into the evening hours, we're going to see clearing out west. So just something to keep in mind, that it may feel somewhat less humid the farther west you go. And that may also be where more sunshine manages to develop or clear sky. Then Saturday night into early Sunday, we're going to see temperatures even a little bit warmer. High temperature of 83 and a slightly better chance of seeing some stray showers to start off your Sunday, with the best storm chances waiting in the wings for overnight Sunday night into early Monday. So I've got a 40% rain chance here in central Texas as a little stripe of showers pushes through. So let's take a look at Sunday. As you can see, starting out maybe with some drizzle or stray showers, and then clearing skies from west to east yet again. A strong southerly wind. High temperature, I believe, will be up to around 83 degrees. You'll note that this computer model lags behind. It's not quite as warm, except that I hand edit the Austin temperature. So I've got it at 83 degrees. Then as we look toward the overnight, Saturday into Sunday, temperature right around 70 in Austin, and then there's the front. For us, it's looking pretty lackluster, isn't it? But let me zoom out for you. I mentioned that there's a better chance of seeing showers and storms that could be on the stronger side to the north and east. So as you look from northeast Texas up into Arkansas and all the way north and eastward, this is where you're starting to see the showers and the thunderstorms become more pronounced and quite a bit heavier. So the farther north and east you go, the more likely that there will be storms of note. The farther south and west you go, I mean, we may be just looking at passing showers to the tune of 1/10 of an inch or less. But this is all going to be likeliest to happen in the overnight hours Sunday night and into the early morning hours on Monday. So when all is said and done, it doesn't look very impressive for us. Temperatures do cool, though, pretty quickly behind the front. In fact, this latest computer model run has dropped us all the way down to 51, which is even cooler than what I was initially thinking. But we'll see any rain clear pretty quickly after sunrise, and then gusty north winds developing and drier air filtering in. All right, so that gets us through front number 1 in terms of rainfall totals. I mentioned, don't get your hopes up. This may even be a little ambitious for some. Less than 1/10 of an inch for many locations, possibly a few spots picking up, 2/10 or 1/1500 or whatever, but nowhere near what we would need, honestly, to help keep, especially in the hill country, the drought from progressing even more so. 5-day forecast. 80s this weekend, cooler, and then Tuesday, a reinforcing shot of cooler air. May only see highs in the 50s for that one day. 7-day rainfall potential, not a lot. I did, though, throw in a 10% rain chance on Friday morning when the second cold front comes through, that stronger one. And in terms of rainfall comparisons, off on the left-hand side, this has been pretty consistent all week. Less being forecast by the GFS computer model, more being forecast by the European computer model, and especially you can see out toward Highway 77, some heavier rainfall. That's because the European computer model on the right-hand side of your screen is suggesting that there may be some extra moisture that pulls through on either late Tuesday or early Wednesday, which I'm not currently forecasting for Austin. So I'm keeping it dry during that time frame. The European computer model not only brings a little bit of extra rain Tuesday and Wednesday to our eastern communities, but it also brings a little bit of rain Friday when that cold front pushes through, the strong cold front pushes through. So just something to keep in mind. Here, though, this is not the European computer model. This is the GFS computer model, just to give you an idea. With the initial front, the Monday front, coming through and bringing with it the chilly change. So front comes through, rain showers move out. We see clearing skies for the rest of Monday, but then we see a lot of cloud cover for Tuesday, keeping us chilly with highs in the 40s. Highs in the 50s. You'll notice, though, this area of rain here is closer to the coastline. The European computer model kind of backs that up and keeps it a little bit closer to us. But for now, I'm leaning toward it staying closer to the coastline, so I'm not keeping rain in your forecast for that time period. We're back to sunshine by Wednesday. More sunshine expected on Thursday when we see temperatures peak in the 70s. And then here comes the cold. Did you see that big change with the blue colors moving in behind the Friday cold front? So this is going to be a notable chill in the air. And I believe by Saturday morning, we could see, for us, temperatures close to freezing. I said 33. I could easily go 32. But going to be cold enough that, yep, these are areas where there could be a little bit of snow or mix. Not for us, at least not right now. And I hope I don't have to add that to the forecast, but we'll keep an eye on it. Again, with that cooler temperature trend in place. But in addition to being cooler, it also is likely to be drier. So cooler conditions, not only for the 10 to 14 or 6 to 10 day outlook, but also for the 8 to 14 day outlook. So we'll see generally for spring break week, kind of coolish conditions. By the way, we've made it to midnight. Happy Saturday. And there you go, with the drier weather expected as well. And we'll wrap it up. All done. I think my husband's still awake. With the warm weekend, temps in the 80s, and then, as mentioned, the cooler change on the way. So, yes, thank you so much for checking in. Have an awesome weekend. I'll try and update the forecast tomorrow once I get a chance to see all the computer models. I'll post it on cbsaustin.com/weather as usual. Folks on YouTube, have a great night. Thanks for checking in. Have